Lesson 1, the grip. That's how simple it is. If you've practiced lesson 1 enough, you can move on to lesson 2, stance. I'm sure you've practiced lesson 2, so we come to lesson 3. I'm going to teach you how the hips and feet move. Lesson 4, big mistake in amateurs, how the elbows move. Well done, you've got to lesson 5. Now you're going to hit a ball with your eyes shut. So, that was my rundown of 5 lessons my way. That was the beginners one. I have 5 lessons for intermediate, and I wouldn't advise going to that till you got these. Now, I know people are going to say that's going further back than they want to go back. People tend to ask me, I got the power I've got, I think you need to go further back. So I'm going to give you a rundown with diagrams, some explanations of the whole thing, and good luck with it, because it really does work for beginners. And intermediate, I have a whole swing. It's only a 2-part swing as well, so it's very easy to handle. And I'm not going to tell you that this is going to make you a good golfer and this is the keys to good ball striking and blah blah blah, because you can hit a ball anyway. I bet you've had days when you can hit a ball comfortably, and I'm going to show you how to get them best days out of yourself. Good luck. Here's my basic guide to gripping the club. So I like to practice with a cut-off grip like this. Now let's bring it forwards. So left hand, I'm going to put a yellow line on. I want it to run in that meaty part of the fingers. Right, simple. So you can see it there sitting across the meaty part, and now we're just going to wrap our fingers round. See that? And again, I'll put a red line over it. I want that thumb to be over the right side of the golf club from above, and seeing there is no right way to grip the club, but I want to, for the sake of this beginner's course, see 3 knuckles, as you can see. 1, 2, and just see the 3rd there. So that's the left hand grip explained. And now let's grip the club with our right hands. So same again, golf club. In comes the right hand. Hello, right hand. And then same again, we want the club to run like that, down that meaty part of the hand, of the fingers, sorry. Pick the club up, there it is, running down the meaty part. Let's wrap our hands around this club. There. So just that's a little weak at the minute. I'll show you how it goes, but these 2 fingers that I'm tapping together here, the finger and the thumb, they are useless. I like to touch them together so you can kind of take them out of the swing. Here's an easy way to pick up the club with your left hand. You basically lay it down, so this, see how your hand's laying on it, so that bit of the palm lays down on it. Pick it up off the floor, rolled off, so it's like that. running this one down that side. So we've showed you left hand, we've showed you right hand, the alternative picking up. Some people like that. So let's show you how to put it together. We've got our left hand, right hand, but what we want to do, grip with the left hand, and what I would advise is interlock. So pinky inside, do your grip the way that you want. But there's no right way to grip the club, definitely wrong ways. That's why I'm telling you this way, because I know it's not wrong. But you can overlap, that's what I used to do, but I got teeny fingers, so I had to change. And baseball grip, nothing wrong with it. One key, I will say, I don't want to see any separation between these hands. See? We want them pushed together as one, so they can move like that. So good luck getting the grip. Good luck with lesson 2. I'm sorry for the boring old lesson in the grip again. I know there's thousands of lessons on the grip, but my point is, if you're a beginner, you start from the beginning. Most people I've seen have started by gripping the club wrong, doing all them things wrong. So I'm just trying to restart with these 5 lessons, and it will work. So here, I'm going to show you the importance of the stance. And this is why it's so important. For one, before we get into how to stand, I'm going to show you why I'm saying it's so important, because golf is about consistency. So I've put lines, green line down my arms, yellow line on my spine, red line on my head, white line on my club. And I am going to hit a few shots for you here. So, right, hit one. Good. Let's rake another ball in. Put the ball, and to practice this with the camera, I've put a dot on the floor. So I'd advise anyone to do the same, but watch. I got back into the exact same position again. Let's do this again. Sorry for the boring shots, but it's quite important to display why I practice my stance over and over, because mostly it was windy that day. It is blowing my tripod about a bit, but you can see mostly ball goes in the same space, and mostly everything matches up, which means I am going to be able to repeat it over and over again. So that's why it's so important. Right, so what I'm going to do is get it perfectly to the start, and I'm just going to use lines to show you how to do it. So what we're going to start with is we're going to stand upright like this. That's us standing upright before. Then what I want you to do, it's been taught it 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it anyway. Bend over from the hips right here, and bend, get a nice straight line, don't lean too far forwards. Then we are going to have dead straight legs still, so I just want you to flex them, but not bend them, just let them sit a little, just let them loosen up. So that's that. Important thing for me is always to have these arms hanging nicely, just hanging down. I see it so much where people's arms are there. It must be a real versus feel type thing, and they run along with their clubs. Bryson DeChambeau and that do it, but they have their lies altered and things like that, so it's not a good idea. This is why I would say get a camera and record it, and your gap here, I want the gap to be pretty much thumb to finger on your hand, kind of length apart, away from your groin. So you want to see some nice gap, but mostly just hanging them arms down nicely. And that's how to stand properly, but you can look at thousands of things and find out how to stand properly. But most importantly, I want to see you doing the repetitive motions, so getting it right every time. So get a camera, put a dot on the floor so you're doing the exact same place every time, and film yourself a few times, see if you're getting it consistent, and that will be the most important thing. So, well done, you've made it to the hips. This is
the real stuff. This is the important parts of the swing. This is the parts that so many people don't do right. Here's a little tip for the kind of the feelings that you're going to be able to get. So what I'm going to do is play this and see that come out. What we're after is actually a stepping motion. So that's on the way back, pressure coming off your left heel into your toes, and going into your right heel. This is what I think amateur-wise. There is technically bits wrong when you get into the top end of the game, but this is simplifying it to help beginners. So left heel, weight's coming off and going into the left toes, and now it's going into the right heel, coming off the right toes. So we're actually after a stepping motion. Can you see that? Just opposite. So up, backswing, downswing, backswing, downswing, backswing. And we'll say it, backswing, downswing, backswing, downswing. There you go. That's how simple it is. Right. This is another important part of the way the hips move. Very important, actually. Sorry for the rear view, but I want you to concentrate on this glute right there. So what I want you to do is load. And you can see how it's got higher, but that's not important to you. What is important is that you feel a stretch in that buttock. I want you to practice both of these drills that have been given without a club, hands on chest like I'm doing here. Getting the step in motion over and over, step off left, which you watch the video, you can see it. But another important thing to practice is loading that glute. That is very important. I've done it for a long time, over and over, getting used to loading that left glute, right glute, sorry. You can see. Good luck. Try all these without hitting a golf ball, and just repetition is key on this. Good luck. You've made it to lesson 4, so I'm sure you've practiced all the other lessons. Now I want to talk to you about how the elbows move in the swing, and this is so important, and so many high handicappers can't do it. So here you can see yellow line on the left elbow, and I'm keeping it dead straight, and the right elbow is bending in the backswing or even in the downswing, but that's how it is. So we come to the follow through, right arm extending on the yellow line, dead straight, left elbow bending. So it's just a complete reverse of the backswing. It's that simple. So we go straight back to the backswing or downswing, either one, and you can see left arm is straight, right arm bending into my body, and then we'll come through to the follow through, and it is identical. So as you can imagine, repetition, and I want you to just repeat this back and forth motion to about this exact same point in the swing, backswing and follow through, and just trying to get that left arm straight, right arm bending in the backswing, right arm straight, left arm bending in the follow through. Just make them mirror each other. Even look in a mirror if you want to do it like that. Good luck with this one. Now to lesson 5. So let's review my eyes shut shot. When I say I want you to shut your eyes, I don't want you going out on the golf course shutting your eyes and shanking at people on the tees and stuff like that and putting it through clubhouse windows and stuff. What I mean is that I want you to be able to hit your ball with your eyes shut. So I want you to be able to go on the range, stick a ball down, and clear your mind enough to hit the ball with your eyes shut, because you've been going through all these technical things. You don't want to get bogged down with it. I hate being bogged down with it, and if I get bogged down, I play terrible. So this is a massive way to improve that and clear your mind, because you will not hit that ball if your mind is full of a load of baloney. So let's, just for the purpose of, the fun we're having hitting balls with our eyes shut, let's just put a box round there and have a look at a few things. Let's come back. You can see my eyes are they're shut, and you can still see they're shut, but you can see the movement. No crazy movement, a little bit more than I maybe would usually, which I quite like, I have to say. Down, dip, because I do tend to dip, which is kind of good. Head comes back, which we want, but you can see my eyes are shut. Eyes are shut. So, as a beginner, learn to hit the ball with your eyes shut. You'll shut down, you'll find out the way that you hit a ball properly. And if you've stuck to the beginner's level one, you will be able to move on to the intermediate, which like I said earlier, I have a swing that is 2 parts, because you've learnt all this. So you do the 2 parts, and then we'll come back to review the first 3 parts of the swing. No, the first 2 parts of the swing and this part. So good luck with that. It could take up to 5 weeks. I'm sorry to say, there is no shortcut. There's so many people that tell you like shortcut to doing things. It's just practice. So keep up the good work. See you soon. A quick run back through everything we've gone through on this video. And let me reiterate, one thing at a time. When you're fixing your grip, fix your grip. When you're fixing your stance, fix your stance. Try to stick to each one weekly so you can really ingrain them in. 5 lessons. Lesson number 1, fix the grip. Lesson number 2, get yourself a good stance. Lesson number 3, figure out how to move those hips and feet properly. Lesson number 4, very important, use those elbows the right way. And lesson number 5, clear your mind, shut your eyes. Good luck with this whole program, and I hope to see you doing the intermediate course soon.